Okay.
I'm Desiree Carroll. You got the dress, you got the shoes, now you just need the flowers. Have you ever looked at those beautiful corsages that girls wear for prom? They can pull a whole look together in just seconds. Have you also ever wondered how hard they are to make? They could be a lot easier than you might think. They can also be quite pricey. Amy Zoe, a wedding planner and author of Spending on Weddings, said in 2019, corsages can cost from $15 all the way up to $65. That can add up throughout the years. I have competed in floriculture for the past 3 years through FFA. I have also learned a lot from my advisor, who has also spent many years working with flower arrangements. I'm going to teach you how to make a corsage from start to finish. I'm also going to teach you all the tools and materials you may need to finish your project. First, we're going to get our tools. You can find any of these from a florist or from a craft store such as Hobby Lobby. I only recommend getting one product from a floral store, and that is floral tape. Other brands can become sticky and not hold as well as getting it from a florist. Next, we're going to need floral wire, preferably green to match the flowers, scissors,
Scissors.
pliers, wire cutter, and double-sided ribbon. You can get it with the wire inside of it, or you can get plain ribbon. Next, we're going to choose our flowers. This can be tricky because there's so many different types, colors, sizes. First, when choosing your flowers, you can get either ranunculus, like I'm using, carnations, or roses, which is the most common type used. Next, you're going to choose your size. You don't want it to be too big or too small. Going with the bigger is better concept can make your flowers break or they can fall off easier. If you are using a wrist corsage, your flowers need to be smaller than if you are going to put it on your arm. Next, choose the color. Catherine, the author of How to Make a Corsage in 2015, says that to choose a color that contrasts with the dress. For example, if you have a yellow dress, choose purple flowers. Then you'll use yellow filler in between. If you can't find the color that you want, you can also get white flowers and dip them in flower paint. Next, we need our filler. You can use any small kind of filler that also contrasts with the color. You can use baby's breath,
Those are pretty.
small daisy-like flowers, ribbon, or greenery such as leaves. Lastly, we'll choose the band. You can use wire or elastic. I chose elastic, and you can get this in a plain, or you can also get it with diamonds. Now that we have all the tools and materials, we can start preparing our flowers. Start by cutting off all the leaves off of your flowers, like so. Next, you'll cut them down to a smaller stem. Now that we have our flowers, we can start with our filler. Filler needs to be about 4 inches. Next, we'll start putting our flowers together. Start by taking the small flower and wire about 8 inches. Fold the wire in half, then bend it into a loop. Put the stem through the loop, then wrap it all the way to the bottom, leaving several inches of extra wire at the bottom. Next, get floral tape and wrap from top to bottom. This will help keep the wire onto the flower. Now that that's ready, you can put your filler onto the flower. Use 2 to 4 sprigs of filler. Putting them on each side. Once you have this, tape again. Tape it firmly so that they don't fall off after. Now that we have all of our flowers ready to go, we can begin to assemble. We'll also assemble the ribbon. Cut ribbon into a 2-inch piece. Take a 4-inch piece of wire and put it through the bottom. Then, once again, twisting the ends. Now we'll start putting our flowers together. Taking the flower that you have the filler already taped onto, put them all together and look for any open spots. If you have any open spots, you can put in your ribbon or your greenery in between, like so. Next, we'll bend the end of the flower using our pliers. After all these are bended, that can help it lay on your wrist better. Doing these for all 3. Next, tape your flowers together. Once you have them both put together, making sure to tape them one at a time. Then you'll put a 3rd flower on there and tape it as well. Once again, checking for any open spots. Now that you have them all taped together, you can also put on your wristband. Taking the wristband, put it over the bottom, then clamp it around the sides. If it does not stick well, you can also use hot glue to keep it together. Today, I taught you how to completely put together a corsage from start to finish. You also won't have to worry about spending money in the future when buying a corsage. They can get very expensive throughout the years. Also, when people ask you where you got your corsage, you can say that you made it all by yourself from start to finish.
Bye.